Hello and good Friday morning here in Bangkok, Thailand, and good Thursday afternoon or evening to all of my friends in the States. I'm currently just going over to my YouTube channel so I can pick up the video and mute it so that we won't have any problems there. And then we're going to talk about 2 years living in Thailand and what the new normal may look like, because I think it's going to be a little bit different, and I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest with you. I want to talk about it. I want to see what you guys think about it, and really just kind of looking for some input. There's my video. So let me get over here and mute it. There we go. And now I can see the live stream. Hello, Robert, Stephen, Cody. What's up, my man? Good to see you guys. This is a little bit earlier than normal live stream because at some point today, I could be, I'm going to get a message at some point today. I have to go into work for like 5 minutes just to sign some papers. 100 Traveler, hello. I hadn't seen you in a long time, man. I hope you're doing well. But I have to go into work for a few minutes and sign a piece of paper. So if I get a message on my phone, then unfortunately I have to go over there. Roger McGee, what's up, brother? He says, yo, I'll be in and out some, not much of a moderator tonight. Are you okay? I mean, as long as you're okay, that's fine. No worries. And if you don't want to say anything, that's fine too. But I hope everything's okay. I hadn't heard you say that before. One Angular Traveler says, yes, I am, and thank you. You are most very, very welcome. I'm going to go back to the channel here and see if there's anybody waiting. Nope. Cody says, watching another vlogger who has pretty good insight. He thinks there will be less bars for a while. Yeah. That's definitely true. That's what the release said in the emergency decree that they had. They had a meeting on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday they let out what the stipulations were going to be. And some of the restaurants are going to open, but you're going to have to sit, social distancing and all that stuff. And it's going to apply maybe at some of the bars. They don't know about the bars yet. They haven't decided fully, to the best of my knowledge. But yes, people with good insight into what's going on will probably tell you that, and I would agree, Cody. I would agree 100%. Good morning, Stuck. Good to see you, bud. Roger says, lady friend in chat room. Oh, okay. Cool. No worries. Raymond, hello from Boston. Hello to you, Raymond. Good to see you. Raymond says, I pushed my flight to September for Thailand. That's probably a good idea. I think you're going to be able to get in by September. I really do. Maybe. That's speculation, but I feel like, well, it's not so much speculation as it is just my opinion. I feel like you'll be able to get over there by then. Albie, how you doing, Albie? Good to see you, man. And Raymond says, hope things will be cleared by then. I think so. Hey, John H., good to see you. Dino, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. And Albie says, are flights into Thailand open, or is Thailand closed for? It's still closed. The borders are still closed. Right now, they're talking about how to get people out. They hadn't even started talking about how to bring people. Well, they may have started talking about how to bring people in, but we certainly hadn't. I haven't seen any news releases on it or anything like that. But I want to tell you about my 2 years living in Thailand. Hey, Jim. Jim is in the house. Good to see you, bud. And I am on StreamYard, so if anybody wants to join, I'll put the link up again. It was at the top of the page, but I'll put it back up here. You guys can come on screen or whatever and talk for a minute. But I got to thinking last night, man. I was like, I have learned a lot in 2 years of being in Thailand. I have really, 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 even though I don't speak much Thai, I have really, really come to understand because of um, my stay in the Philippines and my stay in Thailand. I've really come to understand some of the um, traditions, the culture, if you will. I'm really, really, really starting to get it. And for an expat, um, that's hard to pick up on unless you're uh, good with people or not hard headed, I should say. And right now, I am definitely not hard headed. I'm humbled because I realize that I still have a job, and there are many people over here that don't, or that are only getting 1/3 of their salary. Um, okay, Jim, it says it'll be coming in. Mosquito, I like that. Says any advice on how I can get back to Thailand to see my wife? I'm American traveling from Dubai. I work in Afghanistan. You could try through the embassies. That would be the only way I know of right now. That's the only way I know of right now to get in. You would have to have a letter from your embassy stating that you're okay. You're American, so you would have to have a letter from the American embassy stating that you have a sufficient reason, and you would probably have to get a medical certificate. You know, get your little test for the thing that's going around. Get your test for that, and they'll give you another certificate for that. Then you might be able to get in here, and you would probably have to do a 14-day quarantine when you got here. But that's kind of what it's looking like, to be honest with you. Dino says travel is good for the mind. Travel is excellent for the mind. Travel is excellent for the mind, which brings me to my next point. All these live streams that you're getting every day, this is really a way for me to just kind of talk to you guys in the mornings and kind of kick my day off so that when I wake up, I'm not just staring at four walls and wondering what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go today. So that's why we have these live streams. Now, starting next week, it's my understanding that work is going to resume. So I'm going to be on, I don't know if it'll be all 5 days a week or if I'll be on a rotating schedule. I'm not sure. But there will be less and less of these morning live streams. And eventually it'll get back to just Saturdays and maybe a Sunday. And throughout the week, I'll be releasing, 1 or 2 videos or something like that. So that is that's kind of what I wanted you to know about the live streams. The everyday live streaming is not really it's not really efficient in terms of AdSense revenue, and it's not efficient in terms of some people get bored of them and they just don't want to watch, and I don't blame you. That's something I've learned in my 2 years here in Thailand because I never used to like the live stream, but now that we actually have the family component to DoMoreLife, I love live streaming because I love talking to you guys and I love hearing what you have to say. And now that we found StreamYard, I really love the interaction that goes on because it kind of takes some of the pressure off of me and lets you guys come into the studio and talk and all that good stuff. Okay, good. That was not a go to work message. The reason that's why I started this live stream early. So, my 2 years in Thailand, the one thing that I've learned more than anything else is, I hate to say it like this because I don't want any more stuff on the channel, but the number one thing I've learned as a person in my everyday life is don't let expats scare you. That's number one. Don't let expats scare you. Don't let the threat scare you. That's number two. Number three, I I've learned if you engage with Thai people, you will meet Thai people, and you will meet. You'd be surprised at the number of people you can meet, and you might find some people with clout. You know, you might find some people that know people way up the Thailand food chain, and as long as you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. That's not to say try to brown nose anybody or whatever, but the culture over here is so relaxed, especially in Thailand. It's relaxed. So if you're looking for a good country to come to that has a relaxed atmosphere around it, then I think Thailand is definitely going to be the way for you to go. I did hear some information about the Philippines possibly being locked down until next year. I hope that's not true for the people that are over there and need to get back. Also, it would make it difficult for the Filipino teachers that are over here and wanting to get back and forth, and all that good stuff. Oh, there's Ross. Hey, Ross. Ross says trying to get to Thailand right now. All incoming flights except for commerce and humanitarian relief are closed until May 15th. Unless you are Thai, you are not getting in. Interesting. Okay. Ross comes on and corrects me many times, so we'll take his word for it. I just go by what I read. Tim says, so I heard over here that Thailand is starting to rev back up. Yes, some of the restrictions are starting to be lifted, or not lifted, but eased, right? They're starting to be eased. However, I read yesterday that the alcohol ban, at least here in Bangkok, was going to go possibly the entire month. Hey, Dave, I didn't see you up there. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well, sir. So Ross says domestic flights only right now. That's true. And this brings me to the new normal. What is the new normal going to look like after the borders open back up and people can travel again? Because traveling, as someone said earlier, is good for the soul. So if traveling is good for the soul, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to travel? Are you going to? Ross says alcohol still is to the 15th. Okay, that's cool. Hey, Nell in Thailand. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you. George, good to see you as well. Anthony says, how's the nightlife there? It's actually pretty good. Bangkok has a lot of good nightlife. There is Mr. Go More Hike.
Hey, am I on?
Nice.
I thought you were not going to be on tonight because I had my laptop all, like out off. What do you call it? Willy nilly, and I didn't have my stuff set up, and I got my iPad, and I had to get everything,
Right.
So how can you hear me? I got a new headset off of Amazon, $20. So
it needs to. You need a little bit more volume, I think.
A little bit more volume,
maybe, or maybe I need to turn mine up. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll let the people. Yeah. I'll let the guys in the. Yeah. I'll let the guys in the
How's it going, chat room? How does everybody hear me tonight? It's supposed to have some noise canceling built into it, so I think I've
$20 off Amazon. That's not bad, man.
Yeah, it's $20.
Tim says, same as here in America, little by little, bit by bit, we are opening. I can't say I totally agree with opening yet, but whatever. I love that. Mosquito. You say he spelled that mosquito. I love that. Call Integrity Legal in Bangkok and see if they can help you. Nell's talking. I'm stuck in Florida. Yeah, Nell in Thailand had a birthday the other day. I wished him happy birthday, and many more to come. Stuck says I can hear him fine. Okay, that's good. As long as they can hear you, nothing to worry about. Dino says, how do we get on webcam with you like Go More Hike? This link right
you have
here?
to be special, like Go More Hike. And and I got another present. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, there you go. Finally, we got a little light on your face.
Yeah, I spent like $10 and got a ring light, but now I get like circles in my eyes. So,
right. Ross, let's see. Yeah, click the Streamlabs. The link I just put up there. You can get in on the webcam. And John H said the same thing. Ross says our resort is open as of today. Do not expect any guests. People still locked down to their province. Yeah, but you'll be picking up real soon, Ross. I'm sure. Ellen Thailand says, I know in a few hours I'm leaving today, but not sure if I'll get turned around and sent back to Bangkok. Boy, that was some fast moving comments right there. Here is Mr. Pell. Welcome,
hey,
Mr.
Jim in the house. Just right time. I just joined. So what did I miss in the chat?
We was just talking a little bit. Jim, can you hear us?
I am here, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Jim.
We can definitely hear you, bro.
We can hear you good.
I'm trying to get the stupid phone to say, there we go. Am I here? I'm here.
Yeah, you're here.
Is anybody of us here? Are we in the Matrix? Is this all a simulation? What is reality?
I don't know. Jim's got his phone going crazy over there. I'm not sure exactly what's happening.
See, it was this thing. 2 years living in Thailand, the new normal. Okay.
The new normal, yeah. After 2 years, you get 2 years of the routine down, right? You get.
So what's it feel like to be a foreigner now, Jeremy? You know, we still use inches and feet and miles in United States.
And I have to use meters, and I use the metric system over here. So you know, it's a little bit different. I actually enjoy being a foreigner over here. Tim says he is Keanu Reeves. It's funny. But I actually enjoy being a foreigner over here because, you know, some of the bad stuff you hear coming out about Thai. I've heard people say that Thai people are rude. I mean, I am just not down with that at all. You know, sure, you may run into one or two human beings in this country that are unpleasant.
Yeah,
that can happen. But
yeah, I've run into that worldwide. You find a few bad apples.
Exactly, but the overall gist is, man, the people here are great. They are great, and I found out something about the Ministry of Education and the labor courts over here the other day, and that is, what's up, LMAO? That's what I'm going to call you from Succumbent 101. Very good. Nell says metric system is better when you explain your dimensions to the ladies. All of a sudden, everything is 2.5 times bigger. I love that, man. That's great.
Interesting. I've never heard it quite put like that.
I think Jim wanted Jim had something to say. I don't want to keep talking over him since we brought him in here. Jim, did you have anything on your mind, sir?
That's okay. Just throw me off to the side. I want, you know, don't let me talk. You know, but yeah, I got something coming your way. You should hear a ding ding here in just a second.
Are you doing a challenge today?
That sounds like a good day to do it, don't it? Thursday.
I mean, that's entirely up to you, bro. That's entirely up to you. I will tell you, guys, that I am only a couple $100 away from the camera, and that is, I just got that news the other day because something in my life changed, and I let's just say I was
Did you get hooked on phonics?
Surprised.
Did you get hooked on phonics?
I got hooked on phonics. Not hooked on chronic, but hooked on phonics. And,
okay, did that come through yet?
I haven't seen anything yet, Jim, but my email, it takes a while, so just hang tight right there, okay?
Oh, never mind. It said send now. I didn't hit that button. Sorry.
All right, that's cool. I like Nell's explanation though. From everything's 2.5 times bigger. That's awesome.
Yeah, I never have
Yes,
looked at it like that.
sir, Jim. That and that comes straight off. I can't show you on that one because that's straight off PayPal. But when it comes through email, that's what I show is when it comes through email because I can't show the exact PayPal account. But Jim just contributed $10, and we thank him because we love Jim and we love everything that he does. So hang on one second, Jim, and it'll come through on my email eventually. Maybe
okay,
it came through on.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're I don't even know what today is. What is today? Thursday?
Thursday night, my time.
Okay, so it's Thursday night here in the big Tampa Bay. So
if you're a foreigner, it's on Friday.
That's right.
DoMoreLife. If you will hang on just a minute, please. Let me tell you what I want to do. I just sent you $10, Jeremy. I'm sorry. I contributed $10 to the DoMoreLife channel.
There you go.
I challenge anybody to send $10 more, but if you do ever $3 $10 that you get in, people that matches my challenge, I'll send you another 10. So get 30, I send you 10 more. How about that?
So let me understand that right. 10 for 3 people to send $10.
However you get the 30, I don't care.
Okay, so for every 30, you're gonna add 10 more. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. For every 30, I add 10 more. If somebody sends you $90, then I'll send you 3 more 10. How about that?
Ooh, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that sounds real good.
The DoMoreLife channel was kind of under attack for a few days, and last Friday we did not have a good challenge night. So everybody, come on, dig in. Let's see what we can do to get some a good challenge tonight for what short time Jeremy can be on, because he could be called out just any minute. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to go to work at some point today. At some point in time. I heard it come through on PayPal. I don't know why it hadn't showed up yet. It could be that they have my. I mean, I can get into my account, but it could be that they have my account because they're reviewing it after all that stuff that happened. But it's all good.
The main thing is it came through. So.
Yeah, it came through. It definitely came through, and it'll come through email eventually. It takes a while sometimes, and I think PayPal's taking its time processing, so it's always good. Yes, I got the PayPal troll resolved, Ross. Sure did. So it was great. Tim said, "Okay, Jeremy, get your hustle on." I'm going to try. Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate you putting that out there, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nell, I hope you had a good trip, man. If you're not going yet, I hope you had a real good trip over here. And thank you, Roger. See, I can see the key right there. I don't know if you can see it. The PayPal bar that pops up. Roger just sent $10, and I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much, Roger.
2 more to go.
Yeah, 2 more to go. It's not coming through my email for some reason, and that's because I changed emails. That's right. Hang on. We'll get it. We'll get this straightened out, and then I'll talk about the topic because I am going to talk about the topic. I promise.
You know what that's called, don't you? You know what that's called? It's called OE. Operator error.
Oh, operator error.
I was thinking original equipment. What's the original? Okay, yeah, operator error. I've heard that term before, of course.
That's actually hadn't shown up at all, to be honest with you. So PayPal must be looking at my account and
I want to tell you something else, Jeremy. When you do a refund. When you do a refund, it does show up your email, by the way.
Yeah, I found that out. So, but it does. That's good, but it doesn't matter now because I've got everything. I've got I know how to block people on PayPal in case they ever do that again. So it's all good.
That's good.
It's all good, and I appreciate everybody's help that helped out with that. So Tim says just thought it was called OLD, old man syndrome.
Oh man, syndrome.
I like that. Hey Dean, good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it very much. Hike put something in the travel in the what'd you put in there?
I was saying, yeah, I was hoping traveling, what do you call it, open back up soon, because things are starting to open back up around here. So,
Ross's
open stuff starts improving.
I love Ross's comment. That's that's a good one, Ross. I give you that one, bro. That was a good one right there. But thank you guys for getting that started. And because my PayPal account is under review, they may hold the funds for a little bit, but you can see it coming through on the top of the screen, and I'll show it to you if it's somebody that doesn't have a problem with their name being shown, because I can see it. And yeah, it's coming through now, because you got Rogers that just came through and Jim's that just came through. So that put it, let me say, I want to find a way to show everybody so they know I'm not bullshitting. Oh, ooh, that's it.
Violation.
Violation.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm so shy around this fire. Ooh. Let me take a drink of water.
Anyway,
oh, and a guy popped in from Sydney, Australia, Dean Wilson. He says, "Hey guys, greetings from Sydney." So hello to Sydney.
Dean's been commenting on a lot of videos, and I appreciate it. He's been very, very, very positive, man, and I really appreciate Dean for doing that. Been very, very positive.
Hey
Roger McGee says, "What'd you say, Jim?"
I was just saying, for everybody to remember, if we can do it through PayPal and not Super Chat, PayPal only holds out 3% versus Super Chat's 30%. And for the most part, it's always available immediately through PayPal. That's why we like to do that instead of the Super Chat. I know how some people like to see their name pop up on Super Chat, but it helps the channel more if we can do the PayPal. And also, there's other ways to contribute to the channel by going to the Teespring store and buying some DoMoreLife merchandise. And
we do have some decent merchandise over there.
Yeah, some good shirts, well-made shirts too. It's not the real cheap. I mean, they're well-made shirts.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that very, very, very much. I'm going to try to catch up on these comments real quick.
All right, real quick. A shout out to my friend in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, Bill Sears. And he should be joining the channel, or at least he's listening right now anyway.
Bill Sears, hello.
Hello, Bill in Georgia.
Yes,
like
hello,
Georgia.
Sir.
Right next to Alabama. So I like
very, very happy to have you on the channel if you are indeed listening.
He's the leader of the four.
So let me tell Mosquito real quick that we can't talk. That's what I'm gonna call it. We can't talk about that on this channel, right, because it will get it removed. Because I'm looking at your comment that was removed. So I just want to make sure you know that we can't talk about it. That's what we call it in any form or fashion. We talk travel. We talk photography. Actually, Go More Hike and I are going to have, I start to say Do More Hike. Go More Hike and I are going to have
are we going to talk photography? Are we going to talk
live? Yeah, we're going to have a couple of live streams where we talk photography. So any of you guys that are interested in, actual photography, taking pictures, how to shoot video, that kind of thing, we're going to talk about it in some upcoming live streams. I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk some photography stuff, because there's some stuff been on my mind that I haven't seen anywhere else on the internet.
Yeah. So we're gonna have all that stuff gathered to talk to you, and I think that you guys will be happy to hear some of that stuff. Also, tomorrow is generally when we have the big stream of the week. There's Jim with his dog. He loves that dog. But tomorrow we'll have a big stream, and I'll have a good topic for you guys. It won't be a StreamYard stream, but I have a good topic, and it'll be something to talk about that we can all really engage on, and it'll be nice. But I want to make sure I kind of stay on topic as much as possible. Let me get through the comments real quick. Stuck says, oh yeah, he's got that covered. Thank you, Stuck. And Ross says he's talking to Mosquito. He says, most times I talk with think he is doing a great job. He is stuck in no-win situation. What are we talking about there?
I think he's referring back to a comment that was deleted that kind of referenced something we usually don't talk about.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, guys, I'm gone. I got to run. Hey, contribute.
All right.
Give me 30
All right,
dollars.
Jim.
It's good to see you again. Have a good day. Or
Jim, thank you. Take care, brother. All right. I hate to see you go, but love to watch you walk away. I'm just kidding. Just totally kidding. Roger says use LD. Yes, that'll work. Tim say C. Okay, can't do that. Dino says Dean is a good name. Yeah, it is. That's right. Ross says the docs are not working in emergency rooms. They own a practice. Everyone has an opinion on what is the correct thing to do. That's true. Everybody does. Yeah, but we don't. You don't understand how the channel works. I'm gonna say mosquito. You can't even use the C word there. I'm gonna remove that comment because we don't talk about those on this channel at all. That's not what it's for. I'm sorry. Stuck said the C word has a whole new meaning now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Tim said, Ross, glad I'm not the only one. Cody says, go tell my kids that Tiger guy was Tom Brady. That's funny. Jim says, I'm still hearing the chat. I just had to get off for a few. No problem, man. I know you're here. Okay, good. You're still in the chat. Good. Ross says, at Drew, what do you think the bot will do? I don't know. Who's Drew? Who's Drew? Ike, you know?
No.
I don't either. Drew says, hey, JC, thoughts on the bot going forward? I don't think you're going to see a big dip, really. I don't think it's going to be a big dip. In fact, I think it'll bounce back stronger, to be honest with you. I highly doubt that there's going to be a significant fall of the bot unless, something crazy happens. I just don't think it's going to happen. But this new normal thing, and I'm going to put hashtag new normal in the chat because that was part of my topic that I wanted to make sure I talked about. And that will be part of the new normal. I don't know how the Thai bot is going to actually fit into the system, but I know that, when I say in the system, I don't know how it's going to fit in terms of value. I don't know how it's going to, right now, yesterday I checked and it was 32 something to the dollar, which is good because when I first got here, it was right at 30, sometimes even 29. It was very, very strong. I don't know that Thailand will have to devalue the currency or if it will just happen by itself or if it won't happen at all. So your guess is as good as mine. I can tell you that. Cody's a Cowboys fan. Of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ross says, "Do more life. I believe the bot will be made weaker to encourage tourism in the near future." That's an excellent. That's an excellent opinion, Ross, and certainly one that's not unfounded because that could very likely happen. I've talked about it before. I think part of the new normal here in Thailand is going to be having people these tourist packages that they're going to create for people. I think that's going to be a big deal. I think they're going to come up with all kinds of tourist packages and incentives and everything else for people to come here.
Yeah, I saw some.
Go ahead, Hype.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw some talk about that on the internet today as well. I forget where I found that out. But yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Dino says, "Have a great weekend, guys. I'm off to see my mom. I haven't seen her in a while." Okay, man. Have a good one, Dino. I appreciate it. And Ross said long-term stay package. That very well.
That was what I saw a story about the long-term stay package incentives that's been talked about and theorized about. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool. Oh man, I got to fill time. Can we cut the commercial?
You go ahead and keep them company for just a second. Okay. I'm getting.
Can I talk about my favorite books, or can I promote? Can I do self promotion? Okay, but yeah, I forget that story. It must have come up in my YouTube feed about the. There was some story about the speculation of long term stay package incentives going out there. So anyway, let's see. Roger McGee says they should open up to encourage tourism in the near future, like tomorrow. Yeah. That's that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That would be. There are so many people, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a Coke.
And Cody in Texas says, "Yeah."
Go ahead.
Oh. And Cody in Texas says, "I started researching houses last night. I found 3 to 4 bedrooms to be cheaper, like 9 to is that 1,200? No, 12,000.
12,000. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Ross says self promote. Yep. Go More Hike has got a channel, and if you want to talk about it real quick, you certainly can.
Did you notice I've subtly, the last few times that I've been on, I've subtly changed my name, at Go More Hike, because like how you see people that go on the news and like celebrities, they'll do they'll do like at John Smith CNN, and that'll be like their personal, company related Twitter handle and stuff. So.
There you go.
Like that right there. So I don't post anything on Instagram or Twitter except a few links to my own videos on YouTube.
Right.
But that way, you can kind of hand that out for free instead of like registering a website and paying for it and stuff.
Well, I don't know if you saw it or not, but on my fan page, I put your channel on my fan page and told people to go look at it. That was after you buy stuff from Wish, I
have not noticed that yet.
Yeah, you go look on the fan page. I put it up. I mean, not right now, but you can. You're welcome. You're welcome. You deserve it.
I got my remote right here. I could just turn it over. Change the channel.
Cody says like 9 to 12,000 baht and Pattaya and Bangkok. You can absolutely get that. My rent here in this condo is 9,000 baht, but this is
stuck in Florida. I got to read. Can I read that comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stuck in Florida says, "We don't have enough time on the stream for Do More Hike to do a book review." Because my book review videos are like 30 minutes long of just me one long take, and I talk.
That's a good.
And then cut.
That's a good point, Stuck. Good. I like that. That's very interesting. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Cody says they were older night shanties. Tough. I hear you, man. But in the 2 years that I've been here, when I came here, I didn't know anything. I had already learned the discipline of staying humble in Southeast Asian countries, because you have to understand, when you come to a Southeast Asian country, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, all your Western privileges that you think that you either have or think you have and all your ego, you got to leave that on the plane before you step off. It's very important. Like, I cannot stress that enough, guys.
So did you
Because
not even read the Lonely Planet book or like the Fodor's book at all, or you just got on a plane and went?
I just went, bro.
Really?
I watched.
Did you even read the Wikipedia page?
I don't think I did. I read visa requirements, and I read basic laws. There was a guy that did 12 laws that you don't know that you should know in Thailand.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple more that were like 10 laws you should know, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I watched all of them to make sure I didn't do anything, that I would normally do, but it would be illegal over here.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
That's a little bold just to.
Yeah, I just remember I was leaving the Philippines in a hurry because the situation over there wasn't any better. So,
but even like for the Philippines, did you like read a book, or you just?
Oh, for the Philippines, I took a year and a half to get ready to go over there.
Oh, okay.
Watching YouTube videos, reading books, made again what I thought were friends. So, and that kind of thing. But looking back, if I would have stayed in Cebu, in the Philippines, if I would have stayed in Cebu and not went up north, I wouldn't know anything about this dark world that exists in YouTube. I wouldn't know about people that are just shady, lying, backstabbing, pieces of human garbage. I wouldn't know about that if I would have stayed in Cebu and just had a good life there.
Is Cebu like the main? Because I have never researched Philippines. Is that like a main city people go to? So I've heard of Manila, of course.
No, it's not. Cebu is the second biggest city in the Philippines, and it's I loved it. I loved it when I was there.
Okay.
It provided a lot easier access to some of the islands out, like Boracay and some of the other places. But here in Thailand, when I came in, I was thinking to myself, like, it was going to be the exact same thing. And it is in the YouTube community. There's all the backstabbing, human garbage, waste dump people here, but there's not in the general population. Like, the Thai people are awesome. They're super awesome. And the way the government structured here is, in my opinion, better than it was in the Philippines. So I enjoyed it more here. Ross left me a comment that said, JC, I came out to Thailand in 2002. I did not read a thing before I got here, and I was like a kid in a candy shop. And I had lots of candy for the first 6 weeks. I know you did. I remember that story vividly, I must say. Roger says, must have been all pettered out after 6 weeks. Oops, I mean tired. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sure Ross was a little pettered out. In fact, I think it was so pettered out that he had to go back to America to recharge his batteries. What's up, Gordon? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for coming in, man. Just talking about life in general here in Thailand and what I've learned. Gordon says we both hit the 2-year mark here. Oh, wow. I thought you had been here a lot longer, Gordon. I didn't know that. But in my 2-year mark, and I've actually met Gordon in person, by the way. I ran into him in a mall, and we introduced ourselves to each other. I didn't know who he was, but he recognized me, and we talked for a little while. Carl, howdy from New York. Good to see you.
New York in the house.
In the house. Cody says fruit is good for the yin yang. Cody's a mess. Ross says I've met Gordon as well at a bar. Yeah, he's a really cool dude, man. Like, I like people like him because they're not stuck on nothing. They're very open-minded people, and that's what kind of person Gordon makes me think
That's
of,
cool. That's cool.
which I think is awesome. So anyway, the first year I was here, it was about figuring out, my job, figuring out a job. And I thought, the only thing I can really do is teach, because I don't know of any other categories. There's a list of jobs that foreigners can't do in Thailand.
Yeah, I've read that.
Like you can't be a basket weaver, you can't be a cab driver, you can't be a construction worker. There's several things that you just can't do. And so you have to kind of gauge what you're going to do by that. And of course, without having a Thai wife, or being married or whatever, that limits your options substantially as well.
Yeah.
But I have finally.
So how long did it what do you call it? Take you? No, what is it? How long did it take you to get your feet under you in teaching? Because I've changed jobs several times over the years, and there's always sometimes it's a little easier than others and whatever. And I know you had never been a teacher before, and so what was that like?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
That's okay. Teaching for the first time when I started teaching, it was in Rayong, and teaching for the first time was I was so nervous, because I knew that basically everything revolved around making sure the kids were happy, and even more so making sure that their parents were happy, because that's what when you're in a government school working, or any school in Thailand for that matter, and you're working, the parents are paying extra, like for an English program specifically, or for a private school specifically, if they're paying extra money for that, then they have to be happy with their kids' progress. And it's very hard. It's very hard to do sometimes, because some kids just don't want to learn. Some kids may have. I'm not saying I've ever run into a kid that did. Yeah, Jason, I'm definitely going to keep it going. But the kids, they get in that, they may or may not have a learning disability. You don't really know. You are still expected to rise to bring them, as a worker in Thailand. You're expected to bring them up to the level of everybody else, and it's tough to do. It's really tough to do. So it took me a good year, and I don't know, probably a year and like the first 2 months of the next semester to get my feet under me in terms of teaching. Yeah.
That seems like a long time, because I've changed jobs several times over the years. And
yeah, but see, you never know. You never know what the Thais are actually going to expect of you, because they avoid conflict almost at all costs. And because they do that, that there's another part of that like you won't know that you're not doing your job correctly until the day you're supposed to sign for your contract extension. They tell you, we're not resigning you because you didn't pass this evaluation, this one. So I'm like, wow. But that didn't happen to me, but I'm just saying, I've seen people that has happened too. And I was very, when you think about something like that, it makes you nervous, or it made me nervous anyway. And I was quite nervous. I really was. I was quite nervous. So that's a good point about working in Thailand, teaching in Thailand. And, the teaching aspect is going to change with this new normal that's coming in as well. I don't know, because there are so many teachers over here. I don't know if they're trying to repatriate back to their own country, or if they're just waiting and can't wait to get out of the country, or if they're going to stay in the country. Because right now, most schools are on 1/3 pay to 1/2 pay. You know, that's what the teachers are getting right now during this time. Fortunately for me, that hasn't been the case yet, but we don't know what the months ahead hold. It's very weird over here.
Yeah, there's talk about the schools here when they open back up, going to more and more online schools, and I've seen stories in the news about trying to do more and more what was it called, distance learning and virtual learning,
right,
out of the classroom. But and speaking
So
about some of the stuff you were talking about, I never have worked over there, but I've been there a few times, and I've had a few friends, not many, but I have run into a little bit of that where, there's cultural differences. And you kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, where you kind of pay attention and, stuff might not be explicitly stated, but you have to kind of listen to a few clues and maybe subtle body language and tone of voice stuff.
Yeah, you have to understand.
Don't, not interested or is interested. I don't know. It's just a little different.
Absolutely. Cody says,
go yeah.
Cody says, I'd assume pressure is high on kids at a private school there by their family, especially paying extra. It is. They put the kids under a lot of pressure, and that in turn puts us under a lot of pressure. Robert Mack, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by.
Oh yeah. Can I say, or I should say Robert Mack, or can I call you Bobby? Bobby Mack is a subscriber of mine. Sometimes he comments on my channel. So thank you very much.
That's great, man. I'm glad. That's great. Cody says schools here in May the 11th. Done. Everyone passes. I like that. Jason says Georgie is halfway back open. Schools possibly start back in July. And I think he meant Georgia. Tim says, hey, I just figured out. In fact, I have a camera on this thing. There you go.
Oh, and I had another idea, because I've researched Thai culture. And, I like to read books just for my own entertainment and, education and stuff. Well, like a thing you might not have thought about is, you can also do all kind of Google searches on YouTube. But if you've got a subscription to Netflix, search for Thai or Thailand, and they'll have a ton of Thai language romantic comedies and all type of movies that you can watch, if you're a Netflix subscriber, even in the United States. And I recommend that because if you ever watch like Japanese television or like a clip from South Korea, like a game show or whatever, there's a very different style to the acting and the action and the, the tone and stuff. So I've kind of done that a little bit, and, just get a little bit of experience, different point of view.
That's not that's realistic. Cody says romantic Thai movies.
Yeah, they have those. I kind of like to watch them.
They, you can go over here. I can go to the movie theater, watch it when it opens again. Can you watch as many movies as I want to in Thai? The hardest part is finding one in English that has Thai subtitles. So for me, typically when I go on a first date or a second date, or sometimes just a date in general, I will take a girl to the movies after we've had dinner and all that stuff. And we'll go watch the English version with Thai subtitles. And you would think like, oh, I'm the man, I should be able to watch the Thai Well, they don't want you to have to do that. That's what I'm saying about the Thai people. Like the Thai people are very much givers. And I found that out by being over here. And for the most part, let me say this, let me make sure I'm clear on this. For the most part, the Filipino people are too. For the most part. So people compare. I got a comment the other day. Somebody asked, they said, why is it that, it wasn't talking to me specifically, but they said, why is it that everyone compares the Philippines and Thailand? And my answer to that question was, that's a great question. because really, if you compare them, there's not really a comparison. The Philippines is archipelago of island. Yeah. Thailand is not.
And the Thai language is not related in any way really to the Philippines or the Filipino language, because the Filipino language is heavily influenced by the Spanish, because it was a Spanish colony for, I don't know, 100 years or so.
Tim, you click that link right there that I just put up, and then you can come on. If you don't want your face shown, make sure you hit the video button. I'll look for you in the back. But as far as I know, then you have, like, let's say infrastructure, for example. Well, there's no comparison on the infrastructure, because Thailand is at least a decade ahead of the Philippines on infrastructure.
400 years. I did not know that.
Philippines was occupied for 400 years. It's completely different. Yeah, it is. And it was occupied by the Spanish, and I believe, well, I know Americans occupied it too for a little while during the war.
I think they were invaded by the Japanese during World War II.
That's right. Gordon says, I've asked girls to go on movie dates. They would rather sit on the sidewalk and eat soup. Mm-hmm. Really?
Oh, and I could tell you this about going to the movies. One time I was there and I was on a date with a woman with the movies. I looked it up online, and I did kind of want to go see a romantic comedy, like a Thai Hollywood, because they have their own movie industry. I forget what it's called. And if you ever, people in the chat, if you ever, Google it, they've got, a full-fledged Hollywood, Thailand version where they produce their own movies, Thai actors, production, movie studios and whatnot. So I wanted to go see, just for the experience on the big screen, Thai romantic comedy, and watch the trailer and everything. I looked online. It was going to be Thai language, soundtrack, but it was going to be English subtitles. That's all the thing. So went in and paid. We got in there. They actually had subtitles, but the subtitles were in Thai for some reason. And the speaking was in Thai. Or did they not have subtitles at all? I forget. Well, the lady I was with said, "Oh, we can go." And I said, "No, we just check." Well, she said, "Oh, no, I'll handle it." Well, she went to check with the lobby and stuff. "Oh, well, that's just what they got." And, sorry about the website, but we could change to see any movie if we wanted to for free. I said, "No, it's no big deal. We're already here. No big deal. We'll sit down." So I said, "That's good."
Stuck says 50 years American rule approximately. Yep. That sounds about right. And I'm sure you're right. I'm just saying, sounds about right in my head. Cody says people will do it with Japan / China, in Indonesia / Malaysia. Indonesia. That's what he's trying to say. Okay. I think it's because they have similar cultures. Seriously, for foreigners, it seems the Phils and Thailand are more welcoming. Vietnam, Cambodia too. I don't know. I've never been to either one of those countries, but I definitely want to go to Cambodia. Tim says because they look alike? ? I don't think Thais and Filipinos look alike at all, to be honest with you. I can distinguish them quickly between which one is which. But they're both. Again, the vast majority of Filipino women and the vast majority of Thai women are very beautiful in one way or another. Stuck says it's hard to beat the passion of a Filipino, good and bad. Yeah, I would agree with that 100,000%, because the passion of a Filipino, especially if it's a good Filipino, is something that I didn't hold on to, and I should have when I was over there. But I also had a bad one, and that passion turned into a really awful situation. So you're right. The passion of Filipina is what it is. Tim says, yes, I did. I have to download Chrome first. Oh, Tim, you way behind, man. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. We love you anyway. It's all good. Jim, where did you go? Are you still in here? Gordon says the passion comes from the Spanish blood. That is an excellent point, Gordon, because for those of you that have never been around the Spanish Latin community, when I lived in Charlotte, I kind of indulged myself in that Latin, South American, Latinx, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the politically correct term is, but those people have some kind of real like passion. Like you can feel it, and it's.
You got any stories you want to share? Or live on the internet worldwide here about indulging?
Yeah. I mean, well, some of the girls and the guys that I knew, like they just don't quit. They don't give up on anything. They just keep going and going and going and going. And when things go wrong, they have family to fall back onto. That's the only difference between like somebody like me. Like I don't have family to fall back onto. I have family, but I can't fall back onto them. Like I can't go travel for a year and then go home because there's no home to go to. So that's why I have to work wherever I'm at, And the good thing about being in Bangkok is if I lose this teaching job for whatever reason, I can't imagine that I would. But if I lose this job, there are, I could literally just walk down the road and get another job because there's so many schools here looking for native English speakers. Jim says, hey, I'm back, guys. We had any ding dings? Jeremy, do I owe another contribution? And if not, why not, guys? I like that. Yeah, thumbs up is good too. No, Jim, you do not. We had a $10 contribution by Roger that was with your 10. So we're waiting on 2 more. Not waiting on. I'm just saying if 2 more $10 contributions come in, I will let you know, and then you can do your thing with the add your or contribute your $10 or whatever. Drew says my mama was passionate about. Wait, did somebody block that? Let me go over to YouTube. No, they didn't. That's okay. Drew says my mama was passionate about her butt whooping suit. Yeah, I remember that. Cody says. Yeah, Spaniards mixed with Indians, which is what create. let me just remove that. We don't want to get YouTube looking at this thing going, oh my God, they're being racist. Not that I was a racist comment at all, but I'm just saying.
I've got to read the Cody in Texas comment. Movie idea: The Passion of Beans and Cornbread.
Oh my God, that's so terrible, dude. That is so terrible. Why do you do that to me? I do want some cornbread and pinto beans so bad. You guys have no idea how bad I
ate pinto beans this afternoon, as a matter of fact. I didn't feel like making any bread, but I just cut up a tomato and salted it real good, and I cut up a pickle and chowed down on pinto beans. Just gobbled it up. Could have had 2 cans. Could have had 2 cans.
I can't take it anymore. Tim says Windows 10. I think he's just now figuring out what kind of operating system he has.
Tim. What do you call it? I think you can use any browser, like whatever you got, Firefox or Microsoft.
I think you have to have Chrome.
Do you have to have Chrome? I'm using Chrome now, but I haven't tried it. Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to have Chrome. Let me catch these comments. Robert says, Jim Pell, good evening, sir. Tim says, never date a Latino woman. Well, yeah, so it would be a Latina woman, but I understand what you're saying, Tim. I'm going to remove that too because I don't want people.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with dating a Latino woman.
I tell you what, I've dated one Latina, and that was probably one of the best datings, or one of the best relationships I've had. And the first relationship that I had in the Philippines was the one I should have stuck with, but I didn't.
It's always the one that got away that we think about.
Always.
It's always the one that got away.
Jim says, well, you may not be waiting on him, but I am. Come on, guys. Ding, ding. Jump on that PayPal and let's contribute to the channel tonight. I will go look for the PayPal link. It'll be in the description of another video, Jim. Any video except this one.
He just posted it down there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Let's see. XA St. Albans says no safety net. That's true. I don't have a safety net. Well, I mean, I have a little bit of money saved up in case something bad happens, but not much. So Curtis says, Joe Quiero, Pad Thai on Beach Road. We are even. So he says, I want Pad Thai on Beach Road. We are even.
I thought Joe Quiero means I go. I go Pad Thai.
No,
I won't.
So you can say yo, but the Colombian, which is who taught me Spanish, or not, I can't speak fluent Spanish.
Sí, comprende, amigo.
She called it Joe, and then Quiero is.
I bet that was a great accent, Joe.
Yeah, Quiero is a that is the verb to want or to have, and they put it. He even spelled it right, I think. Quiero. I want.
I'm thinking of Shakira now. She's from.
I think that's right. So yeah, that may. So the Joe is just that's a pronoun. That's I. Like Joe is I. To you. That's you. And then I'd have to read to find out him or her again. It's been too long. Robert McInerney says, I just had country baked beans and pork chops. I hate you all. Jim says, I'm spamming your channel. We PayPal link. LOL. Do your thing, Jim. Go ahead, man. I love it. Stuck says, I love the women in Brazil and Colombia. The women in Peru were a little different. The women in Peru are different. You all know
that's where Machu Picchu is, right? Because you've talked about
where Machu Picchu is. That's also where Lima and Cusco is. And the women in Peru were definitely a little bit different. I know some Brazilian women here in America. I've never been to Brazil. Love them to death. My best friend is 100% Colombian. So the family atmosphere of that part of the world is what you used to see in America in like the 40s and 50s. You know, everybody took care of everybody. This is long before everybody divorced everybody and everybody hated everybody and all that stuff. Joseph, good morning from the Philippines. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Robert says the Vietnamese ladies are very caring and so sweet. I've heard a lot of good things about Vietnamese ladies. I really have. And I hope to continue hearing good things about them because eventually I'm going to make it to Vietnam at some point. Tim says you have to have Chrome. Yes, I think you do have to have Chrome.
Speaking of Vietnam, go ahead, Ike. Let's go to my library.
Uh-oh.
Before the big one hit, I checked out some books from the library, and I was planning on doing a review of this, but I just thought that this might be a neat visual aid because I had this the Lonely Planet guidebook series. That's the best one. You want to go? It's got got a bunch of sections, but anyway.
Oh, Hike, you and your books.
I'm hooked on phonics. Lonely Planet. That's the way to go.
People that read People that read tend to be very intelligent, by the way. They read a lot. And I guess that means I need to read more.
See, you got
Robert, wait, Tim says you have to have, yep. Cody says, I learned it from the Taco Bell,
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah. Stuck says Robert McInerney. I agree, but I haven't been there long enough to really get to know one. I haven't been there at all, but I would love to go for sure. Here goes 30 minutes, says Stuck. Oh, he's picking on you. Doing book reviews.
And see, at the end of every Lonely Planet book, you got like a survival guide where you got like a ruler, and you have usually have a map that you can take out, and right. At the end of the section is the getting there and around, and the survival guide where it talks about transportation, safety, and the money, and what do you call it? Checking into hotels.
Maybe I'll have to get me a Lonely Planet. Lonely Planet.
There are ebooks available. You can get ebooks, in case you're overseas.
Gotcha. Robert Mack says, stuck in Florida. Hopefully soon you'll be able to travel. Yeah, I hope you guys are able to travel soon. Tim says, okay, do you have to use StreamYard? All you have to do is click on this link that I'm going to post up here for you. And then you can come in, click on that link, and it'll bring you in the back room, and just hold tight for a second.
Oh,
Cody says, I read a lot.
Going to the back room.
Cody says, I read a lot as a kid because we only had one channel in books, Beat, Murder, She Wrote, and Cagney and Lacey. Stuck says, Robert McInerney, I probably won't go back to Vietnam until I retire in about 5 years. I've never been south of Da Nang. I heard Ho Chi Minh City was very nice. Tim says Brazil women are the mom. German women are super cool. Jamaican women are cool as well. Jamaican women. I haven't been to, that's one place I would actually like to go because Jamaica is Jamaica sounds like it would be just an interesting place for me.
I would love to go to Barbados. That's where Rihanna is from. She's from Barbados.
Yep. Barbados would also be very interesting. Definitely. I would entertain that idea in a second. And I get these. Are any of you guys on LinkedIn or use LinkedIn? Because I get so many job offers on LinkedIn, but they're like, 15,000 baht a month or all that stuff, and they pop up on my phone all the time, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I do have a LinkedIn profile, but I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Mine's up there, but it's it's the basic, that kind of thing. So let me kind of wrap up the whole. Cody says, say beer in a British accent at the same time you're saying bacon in Jamaican.
Beer.
He's crazy.
I can say beer with a British accent. Beer.
Nah, I don't know. But I want to wrap up on the topic of the 2 years in Thailand and the new normal. So 2 years in Thailand, basically just learned how to mature a little bit. I definitely learned how to let things roll a little bit better off my back. Still, every once in a while, I get sucked into the dark web hole of insane people. But that's just because there's really no excuse for it. It is my responsibility as a grown man to not engage anymore, and I haven't been engaging. The only reason that I was engaged this time is because it happened on a live stream. So I kind of had to explain myself and that kind of thing. But in the future, this has been a good channel. This has been a strong channel. We built a strong network of people. I love you guys. You guys help support the channel and the things that I do. You guys knowing that we're almost ready to buy a camera for travels, but depending on what scheduling looks like when the school year actually starts. We may not even get holidays off. I don't know. So how many travel vlogs am I going to get in for this next school year? I don't know. Can I travel Bangkok on the weekends? Absolutely. There's enough stuff to cover here in Bangkok that I could record video content, travel content for 2 or 3 years probably. And I really like this idea of having the travel fund, which is where the PayPal's come in at, and using some of using that money to go to different hotels around Bangkok and stay the night and give you a full detailed review of how the night stay went, where it's located, and what's around it, how easy it is to get there. You know, do they leave you bottles of water? Is housekeeping good? The whole 9 yards. I like that idea because that shows that the contributions that come into the channel are being used. Just like I keep talking about the camera I'm going to get. Well, everybody understands that when you're looking at a $2,000 camera system, it takes a while for the contributions to build up, because even if I had $2,000 in the PayPal contribution account, I still wouldn't spend it all right then, because I would want to have what am I going to travel on after that? I'm gonna have a camera sitting here at home. So we want to make sure. I want to make sure I have a surplus, and that's the deal with that. That's the real deal. That's as honest as I can possibly be. Yeah, so that pretty much covers it. And I want to tell. Let me read these last few comments here. Stuck says, we used to go to Jamaica about once a month. In the early 90s, it cost me $100 to fly over, same as Colombia. Wow, that's cheap. Round trip. Tim says, I met a Jamaican woman in Italy, had a blast. I bet you did. Stuck says, Jamaicans know how to party, no doubt. Cody says, new hotel reviews should spark interest. People will be curious after this how prices have changed, whether up or down. That is so true. So true. Tim says, catch you later. I will get with you on this live stream thing next time. Absolutely.
See you later, Tim. See you later, Tim.
Robert, we are looking at the...
it sounds like a good topic for the camera, what do you call it? Camera live stream.
Yeah.
We do.
We're looking at the OMD EM1 Mark II. So the flagship camera, the newest version that came out, that's what we're looking at, because if I go the only way I could get the only way I could get a better quality camera than that is to go with Canon's new R5, which hasn't been released yet, and it's probably going to be about $3,500 just for the body of the camera. So I would have that and one 50 millimeter lens. You can't vlog on a 50 mil lens because you wouldn't see anything but the side of my face. So that definitely wouldn't work. But it's been good. And I want to thank you guys I want to thank all my moderators, of course. I want to thank Jim especially. And I also want to thank Roger for contributions. I genuinely appreciate it. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. I appreciate you guys very much. I love it when we only have, around 40 in the live stream, because I know it's family that's in here. This week, or this weekend, I should say, I'm going to be working on channel memberships. So that'll be a good way for some of you to get some different glimpses of my life and what's happened since I started recording. And I'm thinking about putting a bloopers reel in there, because that's really helpful. Eric, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. You see that, Hike?
Yeah.
That is awesome. He says, keep on doing more life. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that very, very much. Very much.
Thank you, Eric Chavez.
Yeah,
Thank
anytime.
you very much.
I say it all the time, but I really want to make sure people understand that, anytime somebody super chats or PayPals or anytime they spend money out of their pocket to contribute to this channel, that just lets me know that I'm doing something right. That lets me know that people see value in what's happening, what's going on, and nothing makes me prouder than that. I mean, really. So thank you, Eric. I genuinely appreciate that.
Oh,
Robert Mack says, everyone have a good day or evening. You too, sir. Stuck says, thanks,
let me read
JC.
next. Can I read the next one? Stuck in Florida says, thanks, JC. The bright side of this situation is the family has been able to spend a lot of time together.
That is,
You're right on the money, Stuck.
that is right on
Have you ever
point.
met him in person? Have you ever met him? I've seen him in the
I have
channel all
not.
the time.
I have not met him in person. Look forward, hope to someday. But that is an excellent point. And that's
We
a
need to
good
get
way to
together
look
in
at it.
Thailand one day. So that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Jim says, thank you, Eric, for contributing to the channel. It is greatly appreciated by all family, and it is. All the family appreciates it, and
Yeah, I like coming on, cracking jokes, and talking about traveling.
Yeah.
It's like being in a club, and just cracking jokes and stuff.
I mean, it's fun to have people on here and have discussions with them and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like-minded interests. That's what I was thinking. People with like-minded interests. Yeah.
Like-minded interests sounds not only reasonable, but it sounds exactly about like what this channel's about. Eric says, "You're welcome, Jim. We're all we got." That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Stuck says, "Yes, we all do. Hopefully, for me, it will be around January." Good. I know that's going to be a long time, but it'll be here before you know it, I'm sure.
I'm reading the next comment ahead of you.
Read it. Go ahead.
No, you can read that one. You can read that one.
Which one? From Jim?
From Jim.
Jim says, come on, guys. Let's get just a little bit of contributions going to not make me pay one more time. I know how you guys like to make me pee. He meant to say pay. Good job, Jim. I love that. He says, dang voice text. I should have said pay, not pee. Sorry.
Yeah.
But George, you have a great day as well, brother. And, anybody that's not on the live stream, if you so choose to contribute to the channel, you don't have to. It's not a requirement. But if you so choose to, it does help. And you can do that through the PayPal link, which will be in the description of this video in a few minutes. So, Hike, you want to do your thing?
Oh, did I get to do the closing again? All right.
Yeah.
And you spoke about Bangkok earlier. If I may make another reference to books. And like every travel book, especially the Lonely Planet series, there's always a big section on Bangkok because that's obviously the capital city, but 99% of the time or so, that will be the city you fly into in Thailand for your Thailand trip. So in every book I've read, there's always a good write-up and good information. Tons of stuff to do in Bangkok, and there's a lot of tourist stuff to do in Bangkok. Even the Lonely Planet Islands and Beaches book on Thailand, which is specifically on Thailand's island of beaches. The one other place they cover in Thailand is a large chapter on Bangkok and the tourist attractions there and how to get around stuff. So anyway. Maybe
I have to look it up online. Hang on one second. Roger says, adios, amigos. Adios to you, Roger. Jim says, guys, one more thing. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead, go to PayPal, contribute every time you contribute. If he gets $30 between tonight and tomorrow night live stream, I will still keep so I'm guessing he's saying he'll still keep
because of his challenge, his matching.
Yeah. Stuck says, I've got to see who pays their rents this month before I do anything, or my bookkeeper will kill me. I understand. If you own property and you got tenants in there, because I know there was some forgiveness for people not to pay rent that month, or for like a month not to read or whatever. Stuck's doing his Blown Away book cover. Jim says he wants to come back on real quick, so I'll paste the link back in there for him and let him come back on. We'll see what he has to say, and then we'll shut it down. So far, I hadn't been called into work, thank goodness. Gordon says, easy to get stuck in Bangkok. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Here comes Mr. Jim. Let me add him in there. There he is. How are you, bud? Go ahead.
I'm doing good. Hey, guys, I just want to come back on real quick. If you are watching this on replay, I know Jeremy just read that. To make it clear, between now and tomorrow night's live stream, every time Jeremy gets the contributions in that equals 30, I will still match the 10, even though we're not on live. So Jeremy, keep up with it. If you get any PayPals, let me know how many, and I will send you the $10 for every 30. So guys, if you're watching this on replay, contribute to the channel, support DoMoreLife, support Jeremy, support the DoMoreLife family. It's a great place to be. It's just send it in and I'll cover it.
I love it. Thank you, Jim.
Jeremy, I want you to show them tomorrow. If we do this, if you will send me a message, I will send it, and then I want you to show the guys tomorrow night, when they come in. Now, the way I have this one account app that I send this out to, because I've got it set up for business reasons, I can only send $10 at a time out of this channel. Out of this account. So if you had 6 different times I need to pay, I'll have to send it $10 each time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But come on, guys, contribute to the channel, contribute to DoMoreLife, contribute to Jeremy, support the channel, and I am out.
Peace.
Okay, brother. We appreciate it very much. Thank you, Jim. Jim always pulling the challenges out, and I appreciate him for it. Stuck says, good man, Jim. We appreciate you. Yes, we do. Eric says, or else he will have to pee.
Yeah.
And
that voice chat or voice to text is
That's it. I love you guys so much. I really do. I appreciate everybody that comes in and does their thing. Hi. Start us rolling out.
This is the channel dedicated to travel, fun, photography, and education.
That's right, and that's what we do. Hike, I appreciate you coming on, man. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys with your comments, and I hope I explained a little bit to you about Thailand today and what it's like, and maybe we'll talk more about the new normal in tomorrow's live stream. And again, remember, these daily live streams are going to be going away probably within the next few weeks, because I'll be going back to work full time, I hope, and I won't have time, of course, to do live streams. So we, except on Saturdays here, Fridays for you guys. So I'll have to do more videos, and hopefully by then we'll have the camera fund filled up. And when I say camera fund, we don't have like a separate thing for the camera fund. There's a certain number I've got to meet in the contribution so that I can buy, because you guys aren't paying for the whole camera. I've already talked about that, but there's a certain number we have to be at to make sure that I don't have to dip into any more of my savings that absolutely have to. So with that being said, I love you guys. Take care. Whatever you do today, be sure you find a way to do more life. See ya.